Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here near Kolat or Nakhon Ratchasima. Anyway, I got up today and I wanted to come over here and see something I've been trying to get over to see for quite a little while. I was over here about, 3 weeks ago or so, and I didn't have time to stop here and see this. I stopped at another little temple that's not too far away. Anyway, where I'm at today is I'm at Muang Sema, and this is like a prehistoric site. It goes back 2,000 years, and it was a pretty important settlement for the Dvaravati from like the 7th century up to the 11th, and then it was under the Khmer influence from the 11th to the 13th century. This is what you kind of say, I guess I've read about, it says that it's a sister city to Sitep, which is the new UNESCO World Heritage Site that's over by Phetchabun. And there's quite a bit of stuff here. Most of it's down to the base, and it's just out amongst the trees. It's a free site to see. So let's walk around here and let's see what it looks like. So there's an inner and an outer portion to this old city. This is one of the most important ruins here. There's like 3 or 4 ruins here in the middle, and then there's a couple on the outer part. There's 2 sections to this. There's an inner and an outer, and it has an earthen wall and all of that. So let's look at this little ruin here, and then we'll walk around through the trees. And I'll try to break the drone out, and I'll try to fly. I don't know how much I can see, because there's all these trees here, and all the ruins are just kind of down to the base. But anyway, this is this one right here. And it looks like over here might have been like the outer wall with the, like the Gopura area, like the entrance. You can see they have a combination of bricks and the sandstone. And then you have more of the wall over there. And then you would have had the center building. This one would have been probably a smaller shrine over here. You can see they have the sandstone on the bottom, and it's just kind of in pretty bad shape, but you can still see where they carved into the stones. And this was probably, I don't know, this was probably to Shiva. I don't know if this was Hindu or if it was Buddhist. It probably was both. It was probably Buddhist underneath the Dvaravati, and then it was probably converted into Hindu when the Khmer were in charge. You can see here we got a set of stairs here, and then you can see where they notched that sandstone. And then they would have had the post coming up, and they would have had like a lintel over the door, and then this would have been a post here, and then you would have came in, and this would have taken you up to the main shrine. They've found a couple different inscriptions in the stones here. One of them was to a Dvaravati king, and like, I don't know, it was way, way back. It was like in the 800s or something like that. And then they had another inscription to one of the Khmer kings, Ceremonial V. So this is kind of cool. This would have been the place here, and they would have been able to put the water, and they would have poured it on like the Shiva Linga. And then this would have been where the water would have trailed out, it looks like. Yeah, so there's a little bit of debris out here, and there's another ruin over there. And some of the locals that came up just a minute ago and pitched a little blanket out, and they're gonna have a picnic here. So there's just a few like parts of buildings and stuff out here. Let's walk over there. There's some dogs, so hopefully they won't be territorial. You can see how they styled this here with the brick. And I'm not seeing any laterite stone yet. I'm sure there's some here somewhere. The laterite stone, the sandstone, and the brick were the most common building materials. Now, there would have been houses all through here also, but in the old days, the religious structures were made out of stone, while the houses were made out of wood and stuff like that. So they would have all just rotted away. So we got a tree that's grown up probably out of a little building here. And then we have another little rubble over here. So you can see this is almost all just broken pieces of sandstone. And there is a piece of laterite stone, so they did use some of that. But it looks like the majority is the sandstone. And there's a sandstone quarry probably like 12 kilometers or so away from here. I've never been to that one. I've been to the one over in Sai Khao, which was one of the most important sandstone quarries. And I've seen how they chiseled these out of just like the old riverbed. So yeah, this is just all the parts. It has the pedestals for the images, some of the door jambs, and some of the pediments and stuff like that. This is just scrap over here. So we're walking out through the trees to go to another little ruin. This is spread out. It's quite a big area. I came in down a dirt road and there was a couple smaller little ruins and stuff that I passed on the way in. And it looks like they've got quite a bit of rain. When I was over here like 3 weeks ago, like it looked like a desert. And it's got some rain and there's quite a bit of mud and stuff that I had to ride through on my motorcycle. And it looks like it's really greened up a lot. Okay, so here is this other little ruin. What this is right here, these are some unfinished Muang Sema stones. So this would have been like an ordination hall. The ordination hall is where the new monks are sworn in. So this would have been definitely Buddhist here. And normally the Sema stones there's 8 of them on the outside, but they say that there was only 4 that they discovered here in the cardinal directions. They weren't all the way around the ordination hall. You can see this would have been the entrance in. You can see they would have came in and you would have had a doorway. And these would have been some posts. So it probably had like a little small porch here on the front. And then the Buddha image would have been sitting right there facing towards the east. Yeah, this is really nice. But there's not much here, it's just down to the base. And there's quite a few birds chirping and this is absolutely beautiful here today. Look at the purple trees, the blooms on the trees. And there's birds just going crazy everywhere. Let's walk out over here. So this little monument right here, they call it monument number 5. And this would have been a chetty that's on a rectangular base. It's only about 1 meter tall now, so it's been collapsed for quite a while. And then you can see there's just some more chunks and stuff of some of the sandstone. And it's all surrounded by trees, birds chirping. And you can see there's something that was in here, probably another minor chetty. There's bricks and stuff like that. But you can just see the whole area is just littered with parts of these rocks. And I don't know how many people occupied it. They said that when they've excavated, they've found prehistoric tools that go back into, 2,000 years ago. So, it probably fluctuated in size, population growth, and then disease or war or whatever, and then it shrank down and it had an influx of new people. It's hard to say about all of that, but this is a big area here. Hear those birds. I walked out here to the earthen wall. So you can see the earthen wall and then it had a moat. And what they've done is they've cut the earthen wall here so they have a road that came in. This is a different road than I took. This is nice. I came down like a dirt road in the mud and everything. But I will be leaving this way since it was kind of treacherous. You can see the size of the moat though. So they would have dug the dirt out of here and used it to build the wall, and this would have been a defense for the city. Yeah, you can see how massive this area is. So this road goes all the way back into that area where we started at. Now there's just trees. And I don't know how much excavation and stuff have been done out here in these trees. I'm sure quite a bit. This is an older site. And this isn't something that you normally see or hear about. The Fine Arts Department doesn't promote this site at all. It's just out here, just by itself. You hear things of like Pimai, which that ruin is a lot more spectacular than this. But Pimai is not too far away from here. That was the regional hub for the Khmer government in this area. And that's to the east of Nakhon Ratchasima. Well, this is to the west. So they're calling this right here Monument 3. So this would have been a chetty, and you can see it would have been shaped like an octagon. And then there's a small little building right over there. And that would have been another part of another temple. That would have been another ordination hall. You can see some of the unfinished Sema stones. And then they have their little water storage right here in the middle. And those dogs, you can see where they were swimming. I saw them jump in the water and swim around over there. And then this one here is another building just down to the base. So this right here would have been a chetty, 8 meters by 8 meters. And then they're saying this would have been the entrance right here to the chetty. And it's just down to a pile of bricks, not a whole lot to see here. You can see the outline of the chetty that would have been up there also. Just kind of a nice little area. And this one over here is the first one we looked at. This is monument number 1. And this is the most substantial building here. It had 2 smaller buildings that you can see to the left and to the right, to the east and the west. And they would have been the same size. And then it would have had that center building. And then the outer wall with the stairs going in. You can see where they've drilled the sandstone here. And this would have been the gopura, the entrance. And then you can see what's left of the stairs and the bricks and stuff. And there would have been stairs here and then another set of stairs over there. So I decided to come out the same way I went in because I passed this building right here. They call this monument number 7. So this building here has an entrance here, the stairs on the southern side. And you can see how they had it built also. They would have had the posts right there. And then there would have been an image right here. And then there was staircases from the east and the west also. So this would have been, I guess it would have been closed and there would have been images on the outside of it. I'm not sure what the function of this building was. Looks like there's a stairwell on the north side also. So this could have been one of those buildings that would have had maybe a relic inside of here. I'm not sure, but it would have had Buddha images on the main directions, and that's what's left of it. And they say this was covered with lime. So they had the sandstone, they had the brick, and then they covered it with lime on the outside. You can see how the base was constructed. There's not a whole lot left. This is in really bad shape, just like all these buildings here. There's a couple smaller little Khmer prongs and stuff around that are in a little bit better shape, where they have some of the doorways and stuff where you can see it. And I've been to all of those, and I'll try to pin like a comment to one of them. Or maybe I'll pin a comment to the reclining sandstone Buddha that's just fantastic. And that's really near here. That's kind of something you probably should see if you come over here. So you can see this is the road I came in. And there's all kinds of little debris fields all through the trees. So you'll see the sandstone and stuff just kind of scattered out amongst the trees, and then part of the earthen mound that's around there. And this is on the outside of the old city. And you can see there's a little bit more debris and stuff there also. All right, guys, that's gonna finish up our video over here at this Muang Sema. This is okay. It's probably a place for somebody that's just really interested in old buildings and old ruins like this. I really enjoy stuff like this, but it was kind of anticlimactic. I expected a little bit more here whenever I came over. It's still really cool to see, but it's definitely not worth a special trip. If you're gonna come here, I would go to the reclining Buddha and then a couple of the other Khmer temples that are around. And you could make it kind of a whole day just kind of going around here and then stop here and see this. The area is fantastic. It's really cool with all the trees and the birds chirping and all that. And you can hear the cicadas going crazy. So anyway, that's probably what I would recommend. If don't do it solo, do it as a combination of other things. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. If you have any questions, ask me in a comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. This is what I do. I just show you things that I see and tell you a little bit about what I know. Nothing fancy, just me out here with my camera. So if you like this kind of content, I'm going different places than most people do. So if you like it, then stick around and subscribe and you're notified when I post a new video. I'm pretty active. And until next time, from over here near Korat at Nakhon, Ratchasima. Remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.